Yeah. So I want to talk about this guy Elon Musk. Uh, I uh, I find absolutely nothing spectacular about him. Uh, as far as him being an innovator or anything that's maybe applied that's positive, I don't see it. One thing I do know is that Elon had been able to establish the right connections, and that he was able to get funding, quite a bit of it from the U.S. government, and so that's basically means that he was able to get money from the taxpayers. Now, this is nothing new. We know that wealthy and the connected often get these things, this leg up. Um, so, um, as far as I'm concerned, Elon Musk is not any form of genius. He's not an innovator. He's nothing. He's a nobody. And instead of him being a Trump who got his money from his daddy, he's a Trump who got his money from the from basically our pockets, and that's because he was able to talk a good game to the right people and get the right connections. Now, his SpaceX program and all that other stuff. Why? I mean, seriously, ask yourself why. We know that using rockets and all that other stuff, uh, that it is highly inefficient. It is ridiculously, there's an absolute limit to what you can do with any form of rocket. So why even bother with a system like that? Even if you can reuse it, that's not a revolutionary concept. Electric cars, not a revolutionary concept. You know what is a revolutionary concept? Is building a hybrid vehicle that uses conventional combustion tied in with electrical systems. Electrical batteries, and using instead of using fossil fuels, you use methane. Now that would be revolutionary, and setting up methane collection. And I've talked about this sort of thing before. Is that you know we have extremely obvious, in your face. It's been and if since the dawn of time, it's been available, and it's been absolutely utterly abundant. We have so much of it in our own atmosphere that it's a major contributor to the climate change. It's something that we do every time we go to the bathroom. It's something that we do every time we throw away our excess food. It's something we do when we cut our grass. You get my picture? Anything that biodegrades creates methane, and it's a simple process. an extremely simple process to extract methane to make it useful so you can use it. All you need is a hand cranked condensing pipe, and you can extract methane so that you can use it for cooking, running an electric generator, uh, for fuel, you name it. Now that would be revolutionary. That would be innovative. Use what we all commonly do, including animals. And how is Musk creating an all electric vehicle? Hey, you could even have an all electric vehicle with a small electric generator that runs off of methane to create the electricity that's needed. Wow, completely revolutionary, right? And the electric generator doesn't have to be complex. Uh, There, there are simple there are simple uh, technologies that's been used for centuries now that could create that could make these a very basic system that could operate by using methane to create electricity. And it's a small combustion sort of thing, sort of engine, basic combustion engine. And you could use that to create the necessary electrical energy needed and add a battery backup source. And you need less batteries. There are all sorts of solutions. As far as his take on reusable rockets, why even go there? Why not think outside of the box? Why not think in terms of getting us up into space that doesn't require that sort of using chemical rockets? See, I would put everything into creating a space elevator. And the thing is the level of technology and insights and creativity in that field is at at a point where it's um, it's virtually it's virtually a sure thing. And if you just think creatively enough with just a little bit of understanding, you could create something which I've already touched upon in some of my other videos, is a industrial carbon ceramics using carbon nano tube technology combined with industrial strength ceramics that are stronger than steel, and you combine those two together, and there is your avenue into the space elevator. And you build that using a known piece of scientific knowledge, where you make the elevator at a location out on. There's a certain location in the. I don't know if it's the Pacific or Atlantic, but basically, you could build uh, a massive floating platform on the ocean, and I've talked about how you could do that cost effectively and within within a reasonable span of time, not 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years, or in the next century. There's I could there's the one of the elements of my plan. I could have a 5 mile wide floating platform and have it done in 10 years, and then give myself another 10 years, and I'll have a space elevator, a working space elevator going up to space, attached to uh, in 3 stages. An elevator that goes up into the atmosphere that connects to a free floating platform that, due to the physics, will keep the platform up without having to apply any energy source to keep it floating up there. And then create another elevator from that point to yet another station that's actually out in space, that's connected to the secondary platform, and using that third space station platform uh, to build designs for for spaceships, for spacecraft, where you could also do the testing for new engine designs. That doesn't include using chemical rockets. You could test warp drives. You could test hyperdrives. You could test all sorts of other stuff. You could test all sorts of stuff. And not only that, but you could put a fusion reactor up there using the byproduct of the sun, of helium-3, and create a fusion reactor. What better place? Space is the perfect setting to create a fusion reactor. Those are just some small examples. Musk has nothing except that he got a leg up. That's it. And everybody's made him out to look like, oh, he's a fucking genius. He's not. In my book, he's a complete turd. He's an opportunist. That's it. He's a con man, an opportunist. He's about as intellectual as a bag of rocks. He thinks in a linear way, like so many others, and that's the problem with so many. We think in a linear, straight line, and we should be starting to think in out of it, in a circle, in a ball. 360 all the way around. Because that's where you get efficiency, that's where you get progress, and that's where you get advancement. And that's where you take into consideration the effects, and not about, oh, how am I going to make a quick buck? I hate the word economy because it's tied in with in capitalism, and you get this false idea that economy is tied in with money and so on and so forth, but it isn't. The real economy of the world, and that everything is that was ever created is and has always been the people. The true economy is each and every single person living in the world that's ever lived, that's ever will live. Because nothing gets created. And I said this before. Give me $100 billion dollars stacked, okay? And let me tell those hundred. Let me tell those $100 billion to go build a building, right? Without any people. Do you think those billion dollars are gonna sprout legs and arms and a brain to go build that building? No, hell no. That's like telling a rock, oh, go find the answer for E equals MC squared. That's not going to happen. It'd be like expecting your tree to do your gardening for you. It's not going to happen. We have to understand that we have to start thinking in terms that the economy is us. Nothing is ever built, done, or accomplished or progress without people. And what capitalism is using people, the true economy, and exploiting that for individual people who have self-appointed themselves to be better, the rule makers, the rulers, the ones that think that they deserve more and better, and that they should be able to do leisurely things or things of whim and whimsy. We are the economy, understand? We are the economy. We are the builders. We are the future. We are everything. We got to stop thinking in terms of seeing money as the economy, or these parasites like Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, all those criminals in politics in Washington, in state houses, in local houses, local government. The parasites that are at Fox News, ABC News, NBC News, Sinclair, Tribune, basically all these corporations, your Kochs, your Mercers, your DeVosses, your Princes, your Mnuchins. They're all criminal parasites. They only value themselves. Trump is a parasite. They're all criminals because they believe, and the reason why they're criminals is they believe that they deserve more and they deserve to be able to use us, the real economy, any way they see fit. So when they're taking the green, the money and the property and the resources that we all need, when they're stealing and robbing and pillaging and plundering, they're basically saying, they're basically feeding a lie. And the continued use of these fabricated, engineered systems and not considering that we are the true economy. And we buy, and they keep pushing this, oh, Elon Musk is a mover and shaker. Warren Buffett is a mover and shaker. That idiot from Microsoft, he's the mover and shaker. The guy from Facebook, he's the mover and shaker. You know what? Vast majority of these criminal assholes have taken stuff from other people. Now, the thing is you know what? That's not exactly a crime, taking ideas that others have come up with. That is part of the economy. So when there's a good idea, we shouldn't be saying, oh, it's my idea, so I should get the benefits. No, the way to think is that when you have a good idea, you share it, like I've been doing on this video, without expecting anything in return, because ultimately it serves me and it serves us. That is part of the people's economy. So these patents, trademarking, and all this other crap, it's all geared to making sure that the Elon Musks, the Mnuchins, the Trumps, what's his name from Facebook and Google and all these people, Microsoft and Apple and all, it's all geared to make sure that they get more than they deserve. It's all geared to make them feel entitled to take more. It's all geared to take themselves out of the economy and force the actual economy to give them more, pander and pamper them, so that they can do whatever the hell they feel they want and can get. Those are the entitled. Those are the welfare children. And I use children because they are children, because they are childish, because they will never, ever think beyond me, my, give. That is it. And they're trying to foster that sort of insane stupidity on the rest of us. Why? Because we are following their rules. The rules that they won't follow themselves. And that is always a mistake. Let's start thinking for ourselves. And let's start thinking inclusively and understand that we, the true economy, move the world. Money doesn't move it. It is people that move it. Governments don't move it. It's people that move it. The real economy is us.